Welcome back to Amy Jo Junk Journals. This is Amy Jo. We're doing the ABC April 2025. Today we are doing S22 for the 22nd of April. We are doing seed packets. So I bought this packet here, this little envelope thing here from Temu. I thought it would be bigger, like most of us do. And it had this little string on here. It's a good size. I like it. However, I wanted something bigger. So what I did was I taped this little baby here. And I added an inch, approximately an inch everywhere, except for, you know, the sides, because I had to make it big enough to close. So I made me a pocket, or a pattern. This is my pattern. And this is what I did. I made these seed packets that measure 6 7/8 by 5 5/16, 5 and 1/16. Oh, that's hard to say. So they can either be glued down or paper clipped into a journal. And these are 3 that I just did to show you what they look like. And you can do them any way you want. You can decorate this side, you can decorate this side. I kind of decorated this side, hoping to cover up, you know, the little seam. And I did most on fairly well. Anyway, I've made a bunch of these. These are just 3 of my favorites. Anyway, I'm going to show you how I made them. I cut one out of this paper here. I want to, I did not do this very well, as usual. I have a piece of paper here. I want to cover this seed packet, but I also forgot to get a dangle. And as usual, let me see here, because I want to make them basically the same. Let's put a key on this one. Put a key on this one, this little dangle here. But I want to start with, this is some scraps left over from what I got done making in my last video. And I want to stamp the number 19 just because I do, and I think just because I like that number. Because I want to use it to that didn't stamp very well. I did not do a very good job on that, so let's try it again. That's better. Okay, we'll use that one. Rip it. Looks better ripped. So I'm going to use that for some collaging, and I have some of my labels here we'll use. But first, I don't need a whole bunch here. I just want to cover the flap and inside a little bit. So let's just go down about here. So first of all, and because I made this myself, this pattern myself, and just enlarged it, which doesn't make it symmetrical or anything like that, I learned that the lines in my scoreboard do not add up, you know, if it's not straight. So what I do, a trick, and I've come across this on many things. I take a ruler push it up against the top here because that makes it straight. And I have this, I'm going to use this line here. And then I take the underneath and I play with it till I have it both where I need it to be. I know that probably doesn't make sense, but this is, then I take my little scoring tool and then I've made my line where it needs to be. I manipulate the paper so that it's in the same little indent line so I can score the line straight, and because if I don't, the line's not going to be straight and it's not going to score correctly for me. And we want the line to be scored straight. That is for sure. This one's a little easier because the line was, you know, made more straight. This one will be different because I cut it at an angle because I needed it to not interfere when I'm folding the flap down. But that's a little trick I learned when to score and to make my scores even. So let's go ahead and glue this on here. Get my glue stick. Just gonna glue the, oh no, I want it in here a little bit because I want it to show inside. If you're opening the, I didn't do this on my other ones. And I just want to be able to see inside that it's covered a little bit. This is not necessary at all, but just kind of makes it look nicer. I'm gonna see if I can rip that a little bit because I did not cut it at the correct. And I'm going to turn this over. There we go. This one probably will be easier to cut once it's scored. And I could not, no matter how I tried, I could not get these corners to round until I folded them in. And still that one will not round well. But let me just fold them up and see, I still need to trim this in just a hair because it's catching. Now some of these I needed to do that on and some of them I did not. So I guess it depended on how well I traced. Now it lays better. And then let's trim this one a little better. this blue mat is driving me nuts because it keeps sliding everywhere. So then I want to ink it up. I think I'm going to use my Ground Espresso. For some reason lately that's been my favorite. And I think I need a new, come off of there. Let me go get a new, I think I have one on here. I haven't used this one, so let's use, pull this one off. It's just falling apart. It's been on there so long. Fingers off because I don't want to get that on where I don't want it. I don't want ink where I don't want it on my project. So let's, I've had this so long, my pad is coming up. It's not very juicy anymore, so I'm going to wet it. Get some of that ink up. Okay. And I will ink the inside here. Along this fold, outside of here, this fold, the flap, these folds, this, now I only need to do the top and bottom of this one because that's all you're going to see. This fold, need to put some boo-boo tape there, or some, not really boo-boo tape, but let's find a thin, let's see how this will work, or look, I mean not work, I know how to work, because I ripped it as I was putting too much pressure on it. Also, this will help too. Leave this on here. Okay, and then, oops. All right, and let's add some glue. Let's glue this baby up. I have Aleene's tacky glue in my little Sugar Bell bottle. If I didn't ink that fold. Put that away. Okay, I want to put this picture because I just love that little girl and her mother's smile. I want to ink this a little bit here. Almost can't see it much, but that's okay. Then I am going to get these are really easy to make, and I can put that pattern, I can scan it into my Ko-Fi shop and make it a freebie. I can figure out how to do that. If you like that size pattern, then you can download it if you like. Okay. Guess I didn't need to put glue everywhere. It's okay. Let's work that off. We can put that back on when we go to put it on the, right now I just wanted it glued on there. Put a lot of glue on there that I didn't need. Okay, now let's I think it would be fun to try to figure out how to make a journal out of these. Maybe I'll work on that. I just thought of that. Okay. Oops. Why did I throw that on the floor? That wasn't very nice of me. Let me get that picked up. Okay. Then I have, then I have some of these little coupons, and what did I do with our 19? Oh, here's this that I would like to use. I have, let's see what this is. My favorite emails are that led me to my order has shipped. I don't think that, I do not spew profanity. That won't work. Surely not. That might work for that. I like that one. Sarcasm, it's how I hug. I like that one. We might use those too. But I also have this that I would like to cut down and also use as a background. This was a master board that I used, or that I made. Let's see. It might be better up here, maybe. No, it looks funny by itself. So let's move this down a little bit, maybe. Well, I want some more of that to show, but I don't want it even. So let's maybe move that up a little bit, because I don't care if that is above the, yeah, there. I like the way that looks. So let's do that. We might put that dangle in the center. And also get out the, let's see if a smaller one will hold it down, especially if we use the dangle in the center. The Velcro little dots that you can get from Amazon. All right, so let's just move these down a little bit so we know. Let's put glue on this. Can't believe April is just about over when you're watching this. It's hard to believe, but that's all right. Camping season's just around the corner. Love to go camping. So let me see where that needs to be. Put that there, that there. This will go here. That might be up a little bit higher than I wanted it, but that's okay, I think. So I don't think I'll get it down, but that's all right. I think it'll be okay. These papers are kind of hard to hold to put glue on, but don't know for sure where I got the paper, this or this. I have so many people that get stuff for me and things I buy for myself. Like my daughter just got me a bunch of stuff, and then then my girlfriend Tina gets stuff for me or makes stuff for me, and then of course I buy stuff, and then so it's hard for me to know where some stuff comes from. I know I should do better, especially with my channel. But if I had to guess, I would say these paper ones come from Temu. The pictures is Tim Holtz, and I think the frames is something I got from Amazon. Not quite sure. But you can find all of that stuff just about anywhere. I think I probably should have put that on there first. So let's pull that up real quick before it sticks totally. And these I made in the ABC April Labeling Journal, the L Day. That was a fun day. Making your own labels is quite fun. You get to put whatever you want on them, decorate them up however you want, and then when you put them on you use them, you can have them for, then you can decorate them again or additionally for your project. Let's put this in the center here. Now the other one I was able to just, I'm gonna use my awl, I think, because, oops, it's up here. The other, oop, I am just throwing everything around. I was able to just push it through, but I didn't have it covered. You know, I didn't have a second layer of stuff on it, so I will do that this way. That way I won't break my little bulb pin. And I find they just lay better if you put it that way. All right, so let's put these together and see if we can get, I don't think it matters which one you put, you know, which way the Velcro goes, which one goes on top and which one goes on bottom. But they're sticky and I love that about them. But that turned out great. I love the way it turned out. I love how the whole part is collaged. And I know that's not for everybody. How that, I did that wrong. How the whole part, most of the front is collaged on there. But you can still see the, you know, I didn't put lace or anything on there, and I have my glue gun on, so let's see if, oh, and I got my, let me see if I can find some pretty washi tape. Ooh, sorry. I'm knocking stuff over. Ooh, sorry. Did not realize I was pulling that way over. Not quite sure if I like that with the gold in there. Let's see. That's pretty. Let's use that. That's how I store my washi tape, in just one of those Michaels boxes. Let's put this all the way to there. I try to use glue, if I remember, on my washi, just as an extra precaution. Kind of helps. I like that washi. It looks old, like old lettering. And then let's see if we got some pretty lace that will go up there. See what this looks like up there. That doesn't lay too flat. I think I would want it to lay flat. Let's see. See if I can find some that'll lay flat. Lord knows I have enough. Here's some pretty dainty lace that isn't quite flat, but it is pretty. And it's flatter than that. Can go up at the top. Yep, let's do that. Let's see what that looks like. Kind of finish it off a little bit. Let's see. Oops. Let's decide if we want it down here. Do I like that down there, or do I like it better at the top? I think I like it better down here. Yeah, let's put it right above the bulb pin. Hope the bulb pin lays flat or stay flat. Yeah, I like the way that looks. Might have to add that to some of my other ones I made. But yeah, I really like that. I hope everybody else does. Let me know. What's your opinions? Do you guys like that? Like the way that looks? Is that too much decoration for you all? Or is that just enough decoration for you? Would you do something different? Let me know. Do you guys like this? Do you want me to scan that in? I mean, I can scan it in and do it a freebie on my Ko-Fi shop. I don't believe I can do it on my Etsy shop as a freebie, but I know I can do it on my Ko-Fi shop, I believe, as a digital. But yeah, let me know, guys. You guys all have a blessed day. Thanks for sharing some time with me today. Bye now.